Hey up guys, and welcome back. So today is the day we're going to be covering on Letty. Letty is an absolute tank within Scavengers. I have done my best within this one to cover as much as possible, but Letty can do so much with that EMP. I just hope I've covered enough. We're going to start off as always by covering the talents, then we'll have a look at the banners, and then we'll go on to the execution level 30, and then we'll get on to explaining Letty the best I possibly can do. It's going to be a bit all over the place. I'll do what I can for you to make it make sense. So on the first talent, I would use Scrappy or Resourcefulness. Gives you a 33% chance to find additional scrap from kills, 100% chance from player kills. And then for the second one, I will use Power Reroute. I use it on most characters. Activate your ability, triggers shield recovery for you and nearby allies. I think that's a really good perk all around. And the fidget, also one of my best, and I use it on as many characters as I possibly can do. Using a consumable item grants 33% boost to all movement speeds for 5 seconds. Smooth moves. Your next reload is twice as fast after dodging. A couple of talents with Letty that you could use. Absolute loads of them. You don't have to use the ones that I've used. I change them quite often, to be honest, but this is a good solid loadout to use if you wanted to. Let's move on to the banners. This banner is at level 10. This banner is at level 25, and this banner, the last one for Letty, is at level 50. This is the execution you get at level 30, the biohack execution. Right, I want to mention before I get onto it, I use the Rosie Uncommon signature weapon, the tier 2 weapon for Letty. And the reason I say this is because a lot of people think you can't use your tier 2 weapons. Well, have a look at this and tell me you can't use a tier 2 weapon. The power is so high. Letty is a team killer. She's a tank and she destroys. I wanted to show you the fidget perk. I mentioned it in a Tariq one, but I want to show it a bit better to what you can do using the fidget perk. Here, I'm eating food or consumables. I'm just pumping them one after another to have that constant speed. I've pushed on this Holden. I've managed to down the Holden fairly easy. It's not the Holden's fault, they can't see me coming. You got to be listening out, and the Letty then gets destroyed and EMP'd off the side for a nice easy finish. That is because the fidget perk is fantastic, and that is the reason why you should use that perk. Right, let's talk about the EMP. There's so much you can do with EMP. A standard thing is you can do a normal jump. That has been new and just been brought into Scavengers. I use it quite often to kill Scourge. Get them in a row, put them in a train as you would on Call of Duty Zombies, and EMP them in a row. This will kill everything that's in the row. If you go up to the towers, you can EMP into the towers, and any Scourge that's in there will take damage. If it's an AI, it most likely will die. You can use the EMP in such fantastic ways, like EMPing for Laura's Aggress Shield. It removes it. You can also use it for Rin Stun Grenade. I couldn't get the footage for you for the Rin Stun Grenade, but if you EMP the grenade, it will disappear. Do not, however, EMP characters that you are trying to kill, or explorers you're trying to kill, because your EMP can help them to cover distance. If you want to get rid of somebody with EMP, use it in the ship and stop them pushing in the last second. Never EMP your own car, because you'll send it flying, and you and your team won't appreciate it. If you do want to EMP a car, make sure the opponent's in it and not that you want to drive it, because if you EMP it, the car won't be able to move for a few seconds and then it'll kick back in. Don't bother wasting your time EMP in a deer. It is pointless, don't do it now. But save your time and EMP a bear. Make sure it's off a cliff as well, because they're a pain. And it'll save you a lot of time and effort if you just EMP them off cliffs. Bit more harder way of using it. 2-on-1s. Making sure you use the EMP to split your opponent. Fantastic team here. Absolutely fantastic team here, my gens. And if you want for the EMP splitting, there's no way I would have downed one of them. I went on to die, by the way. You can EMP your opponents against walls, which will make them take damage. If you just EMP somebody into thin air, it does no damage at all. If you EMP them against a hard object, a wall, or anything that's in the way, they will take damage. And if you haven't been able to reload and EMP is the last thing you've got, it will down them. So if you have liked it, make sure you like and subscribe. And also, Any EMP methods that you've got, drop them below in the comments, because there's so many that Letty can do. That I hope I covered enough for you.